Durango faces a housing shortage, the world of chocolate turns into a sweet business for one Durango couple, and Greg Munro, who retired from his position as CEO of the Plata Electric Association, talks about the changes he's seen in his 40-year career in the energy business. I'm Jim Mackay, and you're watching Open for Business.
You're watching Open for Business with Jim Mackay, a business news show that brings you information about commerce and industry in the four corners. Open for Business is brought to you by First Southwest Bank. We can help you get there. First Southwest Bank. And by the La Plata County Economic Development Alliance. Pioneer Spirit, Business Smart.
It's a seller's market in the La Plata County real estate business, and it's likely to continue in 2014. That's the conclusion from the 14th annual real estate forecast offered by the Wells Group, the leading real estate company in La Plata County, and Bob Allen and Associates, a real estate appraisal firm here in Durango. Nearly 100 members of the real estate, construction, banking, and business communities attended the forecast held March 18th at the Fort Lewis College Community Concert Hall. In La Plata County, the real estate industry is starting to climb out of the doldrums of the Great Recession, but it still doesn't match pre-recession activity, when the number of real estate transactions peaked at more than 2,500 in 2005 and dollar volume soared to $900 million in 2006. By 2009, transactions had dropped to fewer than 1,000 and dollar volume plummeted by 2/3. John Wells, owner and founder of the Wells Group, predicted that residential real estate sales in 2014 will rise 17% over last year to more than 1,300 transactions, and in-town home values will increase by 8%. A major factor driving home values is supply. The number of residential units for sale and for rent in La Plata County is at a near record low. Foreclosure and distress sales have dropped precipitously by more than 40%. New construction, particularly for multifamily units, remains stagnant. It's a seller's market, and the market is hot.
Yes, 2014 real estate update. We're very optimistic about this year. A lot of factors play into that, primarily demand. We've had such short demand for many years that we are now in a catch-up mode, and we feel because of that, many people will be desiring to buy homes, needing to buy homes, and because of that, we feel that the demand and the market will be very strong for 2014.
In 2013, the median sales price for a single-family home was around $365,000, up from $340,000 in 2012. And last year, a residential listing sold within 4 months after entering the market. A real estate standard for a home sale is 6 months, said Bob Allen of Allen and Associates. The tight market is having its biggest impact on renters. Vacancy rates were 4.3% in 2013, and average rent was nearly $1,000 a month. Both Allen and Wells predicted that construction will increase during 2014, with new inventory coming onto the market from Edgemont, Twin Buttes, and Three Springs, and more homes will be available for sale as prices rise. Should you buy a house in 2014? Should you sell? Contact your broker, and if you want a complete forecast for 2014, log on to the wellsgroupdurango.com. The Durango La Plata Airport and Animas Air Park received a funding boost recently after it was announced that both facilities will receive grants through the Colorado Department of Transportation's Aviation Discretionary Grant Program. Governor John Hickenlooper authorized distribution of over $19 million in state aviation fuel tax revenues to 47 different public airports throughout Colorado. To qualify for the grants, airport projects need to include matching funds from the local and federal level. The Durango La Plata County Airport received roughly $400,000 through the CDOT Aeronautic Discretionary Grant. Federal funds provided a $424,000 match, and La Plata County added $65,000 to add up $890,000 total. Over the past 7 years, the La Plata County Airport has seen traffic increase considerably, and the money from the grant will help fund the airport's master plan. The plan will most likely include a new airport terminal and runways. According to a CDOT study, the airport has $328 million economic impact on the local economy, but it is built to handle a mere 100,000 passengers a year. Last year alone, the airport handled 200,000 passengers. A 2013 economic impact study of Colorado's airports showed that airports support more than 265,000 jobs statewide and create a total economic output of $37.6 billion annually. It's been 3 years since the La Plata County Economic Development Alliance opened its doors to help companies grow and succeed in La Plata County. And Executive Director Roger Zalnaritis says the experiment is an unqualified success. The Alliance released its annual report this month, and the numbers tell the tale. The Alliance is an independent coalition of 110 local government agencies, private businesses, nonprofits, and professionals that was established in 2011 to help businesses find their resources they need to relocate and grow in La Plata County. Last year, the Alliance conducted a direct mail campaign that attracted 1,200 unique visitors from 17 metro regions around the country to visit the website. 60% of all website visits were from outside of La Plata County, a 40% increase over the Alliance's first year in business. Most were from California at 34%, followed by Texas at 24%. The Alliance assisted 36 businesses that could bring more than 100 jobs to La Plata County. Most relocation inquiries were from the construction, technology, and tourism industries. The Alliance also started the Trailing Spouse Initiative, which helps partners of relocating business owners and professionals find jobs. The program helped 8 men and women find jobs, making it easier for local companies to bring key employees and their families to Durango. The Alliance also played a key role in starting SCAPE, the Southwest Colorado Accelerator Program for Entrepreneurs. SCAPE and the Alliance share office space, and the Alliance has provided $40,000 in equity. SCAPE provides financial and mentoring assistance to startup companies that have the potential to grow jobs in the community. 2 businesses, Rebill and Closeout Bikes, which is now Bike 2020, graduated from the program in 2013. For more information about the La Plata County Economic Development Alliance, visit its website at yeslpc.com. Daniel Epstein, an internationally renowned entrepreneur, will be the keynote speaker at the 8th Annual Economic Summit scheduled for October 22nd. Epstein, 28, is the founder of the Unreasonable Institute, a program that launches budding entrepreneurs to solve the world's most intractable problems. Epstein and his institute have been recognized with a number of accolades, including Inc. magazine's 30 Under 30 Entrepreneurs of 2012 and Forbes' Top 30 Most Impactful Entrepreneurs of 2012. And most recently, the Global Entrepreneurship Forum's 2013 Entrepreneur of the World. He has spoken to companies and audiences in more than 20 countries worldwide. The Economic Summit is the Alliance's annual day-long conference with speakers, presentations, and workshops geared toward every sector of the business community. More than 300 are expected to attend, and the event sold out last year. For more information, visit yeslpc.com or contact the Alliance at 970-259-1700. The chocolate industry is booming. According to the International Cocoa Organization, Hershey and Mars, the top 2 manufacturers in the United States, sold $25 billion in chocolate in 2013. And Durango's own Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory topped $30 million in sales last year. And then there's the Animus Chocolate Company, a small craft confectionery that Carly and Mark Snyder started in their home just 3 years ago. They too are growing, and they recently opened a new chocolate shop on Main Avenue. We visited with Carly to find out more about the sweet business of chocolate.
So when I first moved to Durango, I moved to what was called Tall Timber Resort. On one of my days off, I was just kind of exploring the ranch, and in the old kitchen cabin, I found this candy book, and that's kind of what sparked the idea. So I just started kind of looking through it. I'm like, oh, maybe I can try this, try that, and before I knew it, I was like, oh, I love chocolate. Like, I want to make chocolate. Just that kind of started the wheels turning. Where do you learn to make chocolate? I mean, a book is one thing, but you gotta, learn all the new age stuff as well. So, so just start researching it and practicing, making a lot of samples for a lot of my friends. And finally, when I felt comfortable enough with it, that's when we decided to start the business. We have about 25 retailers in Durango and then a few scattered throughout the state. We're trying to go where there's a fit for artisan chocolates, not just go in every single store. We also sell online and now in our new retail store that we opened about 3 months ago now. We sell a lot. As much as I can make, we sell. Well, all of our chocolate, first of all, is all Belgian and French chocolate. It is the highest end chocolate you can get. What is different between us and, say, some larger companies is that we hand temper every single piece of chocolate that goes out the door. Everything is made with quality control in mind and taste in mind, and not necessarily for the masses. We make it because we want it to be good. We want them to be like, oh my God, that's the best milk chocolate bar I've ever had. We make the toffee here by hand. We also do all the caramel here by hand. We won Chocolate Fantasia with the snake bite a couple years ago, so that was really exciting. That was our second year at Chocolate Fantasia. The reason we named Animus Chocolate Company Animus Chocolate Company is because, well, we found that's where it all started, up on the Animus River in the upper Animus area. We kind of decided our tagline would be lose your soul to chocolate, because the Animus River is the river of lost souls, so we kind of loosely translated that. So we kind of themed all of the truffles after different areas on the Animus River. I do still eat chocolate. People ask me that all the time. They say, do you get sick of it? Whatever. And I do not get sick of it. And it's kind of strange. We get fermented beans. They haven't been roasted. And so we're going to be roasting them and then taking off the shell. And that's kind of when you get the cacao nib. You see those in grocery stores and stuff. So we'll be selling that, as well as we'll take the cacao nib and you have to do all this stuff to it, but adding sugar and everything and refining it to create our own chocolate bar, which is full of flavor. Like, that's the great thing about the single origin chocolates. They are just full of flavor from the region they come from, because it's just more concentrated. You don't have all the different beans. So we're gonna have a little bit of everything, to kind of satisfy everybody's tastes. So look for that in the future.
The way this school came to be is I found that there was a group of kids that were excelling in the traditional high school, but there was also a group of kids that were bright and were very disengaged from their education, and they didn't have any other options in town.
We had great momentum for the first few years of our school. We were housed in a strip mall in downtown Durango, and we simply made the best of it.
So we needed to move our school to a better facility. And our involvement with First Southwest came about when we had exhausted the traditional avenues that charter schools look to for financing and funding to address the facilities question. We really were struggling to make it work.
And luckily, First Southwest Bank stepped in, and quite honestly, had the bank not stepped in, I don't think that we would have continued to exist this year.
They absolutely focused on what is important for the community, how can we support this thing that's a really important part of the community in giving choice in education, and that's what they focused on. And I was truly amazed and really had huge gratitude the fact that they stepped up and made this deal happen. That's where First Southwest Bank has really helped us make this dream come true.
It's full steam ahead on the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery, with winter excursions through Cascade Canyon, a picturesque and snow-capped ride. Get a taste of wintertime in the San Juan Mountains just as people did over 100 years ago. A winter ride on the train takes you deep into a rugged and beautiful landscape, an experience you won't soon forget. Visit the depot or durangotrain.com.
You're watching Open for Business. I'm Jim Mackay. Every month, Open for Business will visit with Roger Zelneritis with the La Plata County Economic Development Alliance and get an update about its activities and to get a snapshot of the local economy. News Director Deborah Urota joins him for his first feature, Then we visit with the Plata Electric Association Chief Executive Officer, Greg Munro.
I'm Inside News Director Deborah Uroda, and I'm here with Roger Zalneritis. Roger Z, as his friends like to call him, has been the Executive Director for the La Plata County Economic Alliance for 3 years now. It was founded about 3 years ago. And I know, Roger, that you guys have done a lot of work on your website. You've gotten a lot of hits, and it was designed to be the first stop for people who want to relocate to the Durango area. I understand there's also a lot of good stuff on there for local businesses. Why don't you tell us about it?
Sure, Deborah, and thanks for having me over here today. And just to start off, there's 3 users of our website, and it's www.yeslpc.com. For our investors, of course, to invest in the Alliance, for local businesses, and for businesses looking to move here. So any one of those 3 people can use it, and that's who it's been designed for. If you're a local business, some of the information that's relevant on there, for example, you may want to know where workforce development is. So we talk about Pueblo Community College, Fort Lewis College, Colorado Workforce, and what they have to offer for training or hiring employees for your firm. We also talk about the business resources that you mentioned, I believe, a couple weeks ago in an article on Open for Business, what SBDC does, what Region 9 does, what the chambers do for you, and things like that. Those are all very important issues, very important things for you to know if you're trying to grow your business here in Durango or La Plata County.
So what area of the website is getting the most hits right now?
We just did our annual report, and I looked up our website for 2013 and where the hits were coming from in terms of geography and where they were going to on our website. And 2 of the biggest pages that get hit a lot are our economic data, which is great because I love data. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that as well to let people know it exists. If you go to our website, you'll see one that says Data and Properties, a tab that says Data and Properties, and just underneath there's 2 pages that are very popular. One is Facts and Figures. That we update every year, and it has basic introductory information about La Plata County, the population, household prices, income, what industries people are employed in, what people do for a living out here, how much international trade we have. And you can create a PDF file that's a 4-page background for the La Plata economy.
So I know that the state of Colorado is working on 5 main business questions like site location, workforce development, potential market. Do you have all those kinds of information on your website for local businesses and looking to relocate to this area?
A lot of the information the state is talking about we do have available. There's one that the state is working on that we don't have available. It's who your vendors and clients could be around the country. Now one of the things we do as a first stop shop is we have connections both here within the community and statewide, and also in New Mexico because we're so close there. So if you have questions about where to find clients or who you might be able to partner with, we probably have connections that can assist you either in the private sector or through the state's Office of Economic Development.
Sounds like you've worked really hard on this website. Now, once again, what is the URL?
It's www.yeslpc.com. Provides information for people looking to move here, information for businesses that are already here, and information about our local economy too.
And if they need help, can they call you directly?
Of course, or Karis, who's just sitting outside. So
All right.
Either one of us.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and I hope we'll be seeing you next month.
All right. Thanks, Deborah.
All right. Back to you, Jim.
We have Greg Munro in the studio today. Greg is the CEO of the La Plata Electric Association. He's been with the LPEA since 1993 and been CEO since 2002. He has an impressive 40 years in the electric industry. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in. So 40 years, I bet you've seen a lot of changes over that amount of time?
Yeah, 40 years in the utility industry has been fun to watch how things have changed. Yes.
So with your tenure at LPEA, what do you think your biggest accomplishment has been in that time?
I think being a part of a really strong employee team and building that team has pretty made me proud for the team we have.
Mm-hmm. So talking a little bit about changes in the LPEA, I guess the biggest thing lately is probably alternative energy. I know we get our power from the LPEA from a company called Tri-State.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that whole relationship works. How does that work exactly?
We have a all requirements contract with Tri-State, so we are actually part owners of Tri-State. Mm-hmm. Many years ago, the co-ops got together and built Tri-State, because we needed somebody to produce electricity for us. So we are part owners of it, and in order to do that, we had to sign that we would buy all of our power from them.
Okay. And I'm sure that that's both a blessing and a curse sometimes. I'm sure it comes with its challenges. I remember reading not too long ago, as far as alternative forms of energy such as solar, wind, and hydro, I believe there's a cap on how much, what percentage of that power that we can attain. Right?
Yes, right now, and La Plata Electric years ago was key in that, in getting Tri-State to allow us to get some of our own power needs locally from renewables, and we can do 5% of our needs locally.
Right.
So.
Okay. And you're probably bumping up against that, I would guess, with the number of solar panels I see around town?
Yes, and we're almost to our 5%. We will be in the next year or 2 years. So we are working with Tri-State, trying, and other co-ops are too, trying to increase that 5% to maybe 10%,
right,
or a little bit more, or find some way how we can do that.
Okay. Read a little bit lately also about solar gardens. Can you talk a little bit about that and where we are as a county?
Yeah, La Plata Electric kind of did something different than the other co-ops did, is we invited entrepreneurs to develop a solar garden wherever they can that would fit into our system, and then sell those panels to people other than, besides LPA doing it, have the private industry do it, get the tax benefits and benefits they can do, maybe build a bigger solar farm than what we could. And that has been taken off just recently. We have approved 3 applicants, and we have 3 more that are being addressed tomorrow.
That's great. And how much power will they bring to the grid?
About 1,000, or about 1.5 megawatts.
Wow, that's
So
great.
It's significant.
And the self-sufficiency is an important aspect of this as well, right?
Oh yes, very much.
That's good. While we're talking about solar, LPEA does something called net metering. Is that right?
Yes.
And how does that work?
That net metering is if you put a solar panel on your roof, let's say you, and you generate electricity more than you need at times, you put it back on the grid, and we kind of act like the battery for you, and we buy that power from you.
Okay. That makes sense. And you also provide something called a renewable energy credit, I believe, as well, for people installing renewable energy systems on their homes?
Yes, renewable energy credits are a market. It's a national market that helps people finance this stuff, and we buy those, called RECs. We buy those RECs that people want to sell them to us. They can sell them on the open market, but we also buy them, and we increased our price a little bit over the market price this last year.
So last kind of innovation I wanted to cover is something called the time of use option.
Time of use was really been popular for LPA over the years. When Tri-State changed their rate structure a couple of years ago, it pretty much killed our time of use program. We are still trying to get that changed, and hopefully we can get that changed this year to make the time of use program a little bit more incentive for people to do that.
Okay. So your predecessor, or sorry, your postcessor, your next one in line, what kind of challenges do you think they're going to face? Where do you see things going in the next couple of years, and some of the things they're going to have to deal with?
I think she or he will face more of the challenges with distributed generation, with new technologies that are coming up to help that. I think it's going to be a fun challenge, and I think it's going to be an exciting challenge for that person.
That sounds great. Well, we wish you the best. I understand you're going to stay in the neighborhood.
Yep, my wife and I love Durango. We're both from Western Slope, Colorado, so we are going to stay here. I'm going to stay involved with economic development here in Durango, so we'll be around.
Good. Well, we hope to see you around town, and congratulations and best of luck in your retirement.
Thank you very much.
Coming up next, our business updates.
We're Randy and Micah Jackson in Alamosa, Colorado. Our business is Rustic Log Furniture. We've been doing business since 1996, and we started out building 2x4 porch swings, and it turned into log porch swings, and now we do log furniture for pretty much any room of the home.
Our business has been steadily growing over the years, and it's still continuing to grow. We ship to 40 states. We have approaching 200 retail stores that we furnish with our products, and we ship out a semi-load every other day of furniture. As we outgrew our current facility, we needed to expand dramatically, So I was meeting with the people from First Southwest Bank. They proposed, we go ahead and run the numbers on doing an expansion. They came in good, so we did it, and that's problem solved.
So talking square footage wise, we've gone from a 12 by 12 tough shed to over 60,000 square feet. Given our experience with First Southwest Bank, I would definitely recommend them to other businesses. It's been great to work with someone local. Delzy's been great to work with. She's really been proactive in helping us just facilitate the process of getting the loan.
And so she really helped take a lot of stress away by making recommendations of what they can do to help us ease the stress and focus on what we really need to do.
This is our there.
Welcome back to Open for Business. I'm Jim Mackay. Here are our business updates. The Durango Chamber of Commerce and the Bank of Colorado will host an Eggs and Issues Candidates Forum for the Plata Electric Association board elections this fall. The forum will begin at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, April 22nd at the Doubletree. Tickets are $16 for chamber members, $21 for all others. Reservations are required. Log on to durangobusiness.org for more and to register. Southwest Colorado residents are invited to participate in a telephone town hall meeting to discuss transportation issues with the Colorado Department of Transportation. The town hall meetings will reach out to more than 300,000 residents to develop CDOT's 5-year transportation plan. Southwest Colorado residents may dial in at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, April 22nd. Go to colorado.info to get the phone number and the passcode. Well, that's it for Open for Business. I'm Jim Mackay, and remember, keep watching. You'll like what you see.
Thank you for watching Open for Business. Tune in every week with Jim Mackay for information about commerce and industry in the Four Corners. Open for Business has been brought to you by First Southwest Bank. We can help you get there. First Southwest Bank. Also brought to you by the La Plata County Economic Development Alliance. Pioneer Spirit, Business Smart.